Do you remember growing up and reading Cosmopolitan Magazine and being like, oh my God, this is so good? And then as you got older, you're like, wow, this is all bullshit. Well, have I got one for you today. So for this Myth Monday, we are going to dive deep into the June 2014 edition of Cosmopolitan Magazine in the Manthropology section, where how often do guys do blank? So what do you guys really think about sex? How often do they cry or call their moms? We polled 100 guys aged 19 to 36, which they don't say how they polled them, but that's just me. And they found that out of those 100 men, also they don't define what a man is, but whatever. This is 2014, so we can kind of make an assumption. I've had too much caffeine today. I'm so sorry, but deal. 99% of the guys we surveyed say they think about sex at least once a day. And nearly 25% say they think about it multiple times an hour. So basically, constantly. Guys think about sex constantly. Well, here's the thing. What does thinking about sex actually mean? What's the definition of it? If we're thinking about intimacy, closeness, is it prompted or unprompted? These kinds of surveys or these kinds of data are way too generalized. They don't let us know what the actual content is, which then perpetuates those myths about human sexuality. There's that myth of like, men think about sex every 7 seconds, which, fun fact, they actually don't. There's no research that supports this. But having this idea of very all or none, men think like this, women think like this very binary, it removes the personalization and the humanity of our individual sexual identity. It removes the complexity and kind of reduces it to this very simplistic characterization, almost like a caricature. It's like a little bit like creating like an NPC, and where it's just this very surface level character. There's no complexity to it. There's nothing behind it. So the idea of individuals thinking about intimacy multiple times during a day, yeah, I would hope so. That's the goal. You're going to have random thoughts. You're going to have prompted thoughts, unprompted thoughts. It's what you do with that. But there's almost this implication of like, gosh, how dare people think about intimacy? I want everyone to think about intimacy and sex and sexual identity and these very humanly ingrained concepts throughout their day. That doesn't just mean they're thinking about fucking. So that is my debunking of Myth Monday. Thank you, 2014 edition of Cosmopolitan Magazine. I'll see you next week.